Why does something as beautiful as love, so often turn into pain? You meet someone and it's like your heart opens wide, you feel alive, right? But then slowly, joy begins to twist into fear. Freedom can turn into control. And love can become suffering. Osho said, love is painful because it transforms you. The old must die for the new to be born. In this video, we're going to explore why love hurts, how attachment can poison it, and how we can discover a love that heals instead of wounds. Now, every person truly longs for love. We write songs about it, we dream about it, we pray for it. But the same love that lifts us up can also, break us down. Why does that happen? Because most of us, we confuse love with possession. We want the other person to stay the same, to belong to us, to never change. But life is change, my friend. People grow, feelings shift, time moves on. When we resist this truth, love, it can really turn into pain. Osho, he explained it beautifully, Love is painful because it's a doorway to transformation. It asks us to leave behind our old comforts and step into the unknown. Just like a child leaving the womb or a bird breaking its shell, the birth of something new, it always carries that pain. So the question isn't really, why does love hurt? No, the real question we should be asking ourselves is, how can we love without turning it into suffering? Just think about that for a moment. Love begins like a sunrise. At first, it feels so pure, so fresh and full of light. Your heart opens and you feel truly alive, like the world is brand new. But, slowly something changes. The very love that gave you wings starts to feel heavy. What was once joy can turn into fear. What felt like freedom now feels like control. And that heart that once danced, it begins to ache. Why does this happen? Osho beautifully explained that what we often call love is entwined with attachment and desire. We don't just love the person, we want them to stay the same, to belong to us, to never leave our side. We try to hold them like water slipping through our fingers, but the tighter we hold, the faster it slips away. Real love is like the sky, open, endless, and free. Yet our fears, they make us build walls around it. And when love feels trapped, it suffocates. This is why love can turn into pain, because we confuse love with possession. We often mix up closeness with control. It's like we confuse care with this deep fear of losing someone. But the truth, it's really quite simple. Love itself, it never actually hurts. It's our clinging, our demands, and that fear of change that creates the pain we feel. And when you see this clearly, you start to understand something important. The problem isn't love. No, the problem is the cage we build around it. Hey, love, it really starts off like a beautiful song, doesn't it? At first, we feel so thankful just to have that special person around. But then, that little voice of fear creeps in, right? Like, what if they leave? What if they change? What if I lose them? And it's from this place of fear that we start wanting to possess them. Suddenly, it's not just about saying, I love you. It shifts to, you are mine. Osho said something really profound. Love is not attachment. Love is not possessiveness. When love becomes possessive, it is no more love. It is only a decorated cage. Just think about a bird for a moment. When it sings freely in the open sky, that song is so vibrant, so full of life. But if you trap it in a golden cage, that beautiful song fades away. Sure, you might still have the bird, but all the life, the freedom, the beauty, it's just gone. That's what happens in our relationships, isn't it? We really try to reduce a living being, a person, into something we can own. But only objects can be possessed, never a soul, right? The moment we try to own someone, we kill the very love that brought us together. And here lies the paradox. The more we try to hold someone, the more they pull away. Because every human being, every single one of us, has a birthright to be free. The tighter we grip, the more they struggle to escape. So love, it turns into this battlefield. One side clings, the other resists. And both suffer. The truth is really simple. Love is sharing, not owning. Love is communion, not control. When we forget this, love, it becomes pain. Just remember that, okay? Love, love is like a beautiful spring of fresh water. But the ego, it comes in and it poisons that pure love. Osho said, and I really want you to hear this, ego is like darkness. It is the absence of love. When love is truly present, the ego, it disappears. But when the ego is strong, love, it can't breathe. It feels trapped. The ego doesn't want to share, it wants to own, it doesn't want to give, it wants to take. And it doesn't crave freedom, it craves control. So when you find yourself falling in love, the ego sees this chance, It starts whispering things like, this person makes me feel important, this person belongs to me, this person must never leave. And slowly, love, it transforms into this mirror for the ego. Instead of seeing the other person as a beautiful soul, you see them as a reflection of your own worth. If they praise you, oh, you feel on top of the world. Hey, if they criticize you, it can really make you feel broken inside. But you see, that's not love. That's actually dependency. And dependency, well, it always carries a certain kind of pain. Osho, he explained that true love is born when you're already full inside, when love flows from your being, just like a beautiful fragrance, not as a demand, But when you're feeling empty inside, you might end up using the other person just to fill that gap. And then, the moment they can't fill it, that's when the pain begins. So please remember this. Love is freedom, but ego is like a prison. Love is about sharing, while ego is all about demanding. Love is light, and ego is darkness. When you start to see this clearly, you begin to separate the two. You start asking yourself, am I loving? Or am I just feeding? Love becomes pain when it is mixed with fear and control. But, Osho taught that love in its pure form is freedom. He said, love does not give freedom, love is freedom. If you feel you must give freedom, it means you are still holding on. True love never holds, never binds, never demands, it simply allows. So, how do we transform love into freedom? Step 1, begin with yourself. If you are empty inside, you will cling to others to fill that gap. But if you are full of your own joy, your love becomes a gift, not a demand. Practice being alone. Learn to enjoy your own company. When you are rooted in yourself, love flows naturally. Step 2, drop the idea of ownership. Remember, people are not property. You cannot own a soul. You can only share life with them for as long as the journey allows. When you stop saying mine, love becomes lighter. Step 3, replace fear with trust. Fear whispers, what if they leave? But trust gently replies, if they stay, it's beautiful. And if they go, it's still beautiful, because love was real in that moment. Trust transforms love into a celebration, not a prison. Step 4, celebrate change. Everything in life changes, seasons, bodies, feelings. When you accept change, you stop fighting reality. Love then becomes a dance, not a contract. Step 5, practice awareness. Stay awake to your motives, my friend. Ask yourself, am I loving or am I demanding? Awareness is the light that burns away the shadows of ego. When you truly live these steps, love no longer turns into pain. It becomes a space where two free beings meet, share, and grow. Not as jailers and prisoners, but as fellow travelers under the same sky. This is the love Osho spoke of. A love that heals, a love that liberates, a love that is freedom itself. Hey, let's take a moment together, okay? So sit comfortably, just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. Now, I want you to think of someone you've loved, could be a partner, a friend, or even family. Feel that warmth, that love. But also, it's okay to notice the pain that might be tied to it. The hurt, the fear, the disappointment. Now, gently place your hand on your heart and silently say to yourself, I allow myself to feel both the love and the pain. Just let it be. Don't push anything away. Imagine your heart as this beautiful glowing light. With every breath, let that light grow brighter, surrounding both the love and the pain. It's okay. It holds them both with compassion. Now picture that person standing before you. They're wrapped in that same light. Silently say, I release you from my demands. I allow you to be free. And again, I release you. I allow you to be free. Just take a moment, okay? Notice how your body feels as you say this. Maybe it feels lighter, softer, like a gentle breeze. Now, let's turn that light back toward yourself. Say this silently. I release myself from pain. I allow myself to be free. Let's repeat that together, okay? I release myself. I allow myself to be free. Stay here for a few breaths, just resting in this beautiful freedom. Let the light of love heal those wounds, you know? When you're ready, take one deep breath in and a long breath out. Now slowly open your eyes. Carry this freedom with you, all right? Remember, love itself never hurts. It's just our fear and clinging that create pain. When you love with freedom, love becomes healing. Hey there, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If today's truth resonated with you, please stay connected with us. Every day we open a new door together, you know? So I invite you to subscribe, come back, and let's keep walking this beautiful journey of awakening side by side. I'm here for you. Really. Just know that you're not alone in this.